welcome back. My name's Michael. Tonight we're going to have some chicken, Gai Lan stir fry on top of a beautiful basmati rice. So I've got all the ingredients prepped here. I did a little bit of work before we started here with my knives. And we've got the chicken. I've diced it up and covered it with a little bit of a cornstarch. So that's what we're going to cook first in the hot oil and brown it off, then take it out of the frying pan, and we're going to saute the other vegetables and throw the chicken back in and create a little bit of a sauce. May have to add a little bit of oyster sauce to it. Get a nice little Chinese flavor. In here we've got about 2 tablespoons of ginger and 1 teaspoon of garlic crushed. This is green onions diced up. This is water chestnuts. I've got some mushrooms, Thai basil, just because I like the flavor, and that's a Gai Lan, which is like a Chinese broccoli. It's flat leaf. It should go very nicely. Hope you enjoy. Throw this right in there. Watching how it happens. Ready? Here we go. We're gonna throw the chicken in there. It's gonna be hot. Woo! Stand back. Delicious. We've got a pot of water here. We're going to cook some rice in that. So I didn't know you could do this to rice, is cook it like spaghetti. Somebody showed me this a few years ago, and ever since then I've never gone back to the old way of cooking rice. So what you do is just like spaghetti, is you fill a pot with water, salt it, and put in some rice and let it boil for 10 minutes. Strain it, put it back in the pot, cover it for 5 minutes, and your rice is ready. It works out really well. Here we go. Now we've browned the chicken in there. We've put the garlic and the ginger in there, so the chicken is very nicely flavored. I'm going to take that off for now. And then I'm going to saute some of the vegetables, and we're going to throw this back in after. Even with it all sticky like that, it's just going to be fine. I'm going to put the mushrooms in first. And turn the heat up a little bit. And we may have to deglaze that pan. How do we do that, you ask? Pan is sticking a little bit. That's what the deglaze is going to be for. There we go. That's going to work out just beautiful. I think I need something stronger to scrape the bottom. Special pan scraper. There we go. Now the bottom of the pan has been deglazed. Nothing's stuck to it anymore, and those mushrooms will cook. Beautiful. So I'm going to put in some basmati rice. As you can see, I measure things a lot. Probably enough for 2, maybe 2.5. Give it a little stir. Mushrooms are on. They're starting to cook up. Once they get to where I like the mushrooms pretty well done. There we go. Mushrooms are starting to cook. Now I'm going to add the water chestnut. The water chestnuts and mushrooms. Almost ready to add the other ingredients: basil, green onions, and Gai Lan. And when we do that, we'll add a little bit more of this oyster sauce. One thing you do have to remember when you're making the rice like this is you do have to give it a stir every once in a while. You want it to boil freely. Move it around in there. And there you go. How do you like that? So what we've done here, the vegetables have been sauteed down, and we put the chicken back in, and I put a little bit of that oyster sauce on top. Now I'm going to let that simmer, and probably going to add a little bit of water to that in a bit. And that's going to make the gravy-like sauce with the cornstarch that's on the chicken. See that little trick? Rice water. Another drop of the brown sauce. Water. Some chicken stock would be better than water in that case here. Have a look at that. Looks like a steamed chicken hot pot. Mmm. Full of lovely flavors. Let that simmer for another minute or two. A little bit of heat. Yeah, I should have had a chili pepper in the recipe, cooking in there. Oh. And a drop of this at the end. This is the toasted sesame oil. Just needs a couple of drops of that. Okay, now the moment we've all been waiting for. The plating. Got our white rice. Should just fluff it up a little bit with a fork. That's just beautiful. I'll make a nice little nest in the middle. Doesn't that look lovely? Mmm. Delish. Enjoy. Bon appetit.